I've been preaching to y'all, I'm getting nervous with these Middle Eastern houses being able to pull off these type of quality fragrances at this price point.
How the hell?
It gets me nervous, and the one I'm currently wearing today is inspired by one of my favorite fragrances in my collection with a twist. Nishane Annie. Clearly, it's a fan favorite within the 1,000+ collection bottles that I have. This has a significant dent in it because it just does something magical to my persona, to my energy, to my aura.
If you only knew the power.
But now, can a $50 fragrance really match this type of energy? That's from my motherfucking music. So I can put you onto a budget-inspired expression to one of my favorite fragrances in my collection.
We're all alone. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Listen, morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. This is your boy, 𝗙𝐸 Shout out to the perfume box response in today's video and sending this fragrance for me to test out. And that's all I gotta say. My budget ballers are truly gonna appreciate this type of scent profile if Nishane Annie was on your radar. I'm currently wearing this fragrance right now. Today was the first full true wear of this scent profile. Like most blind fragrances that I get or blind buy, I went in with kind of no expectation or subpar expectation, hoping that it would turn out the way that this shit did.
Sensational.
And the fragrance that I'm talking about is Bravanzo Imperial. Now, when I first saw the presentation of Bravanzo Imperial, the first thing that came to my head is I know that these are going to be hybrid or inspired expressions with a twist. So aesthetically, I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be a 𝐼𝐼𝐼𝐿 clone. That's what I thought based on the color. I was like, ah, they're going the PDM route. Bet. So now I know in my brain what to expect.
That's what you think, isn't it? That's what everybody thinks.
Then I sprayed the bullshit on, and I'm gonna do a respray on just to give you the type of energy and interpretation that I'm feeling off this scent profile. See, this is an easy scent to triple or quadruple spray on myself while I'm testing, cause it becomes that fucking good. So this is a beautiful vanillic citric forward fragrance inspired by the likes of Nishane Annie. But for me, it has little elements of other Nishane fragrances that are subliminal, hiding in the cut, that I'm also able to pick out. Like for me, on this fragrance, it picks up a little bit more amber, slight tea notes, just kind of lingering in the background, a little bit like a underlying matcha blending in with this amber vanillicness that comes off of this fragrance. Now, just like Nishane Annie, I'm just surprised that chemically, molecularly, how they structure a fragrance, you're able to encompass light and dark, sour, citrus, bitter, ambery, sugar, milky. Like those shits don't go together, just like the Dominican drink of morir soñando, which is translating into dying while dreaming.
Wait, what?
If you don't mix that drink accordingly, the citrus is going to cut the milk and you're gonna start getting clumps of the shit. So there's a particular type of way that you have to mix that drink, that morir soñando, that little Dominican cocktail, which is essentially like a creamsicle, ultra refreshing, milky drink, to have it properly formulated. And this is something that is properly formulated on a budget. These Middle Eastern houses are really stepping up their game. One of the things that they slack in is that they tend to repeat popularity in different presentations within the house, which is kind of like annoying, right? We know you could do this shit, you pull them off nicely, but stop repeating the formula just because the shit works.
Well, that's redundant.
Keep it moving because there's so much vast variety within these houses, and you have the skill and ability to provide our balling on a budget audience with awesome quality at an affordable price point that don't have them questioning their life decisions just to play in the hobby game of fragrances. For a $50 fragrance, this doesn't smell like $50 to me. This is a good quality fragrance. It's got solid performance, a good sillage for about the good 45 to an hour and a half. That's kind of where it lingers in that bubble. It's a little bit kind of sporadic, but so far it's been chilling around the 5.5 hour mark. The day is not complete and it's not dissipated in a way that I feel that it's lackluster or not performing very well. Now, what has me extra interested in this fragrance is to see how this shit ends up formulating once it's macerated on a shelf. Let me get into the notes and let you know what this mid and dry down portion, because I've already have it on the skin, but I resprayed the shit. Let me give you the breakdown and then I'm I'm just fucking surprised. All right, so the note breakdown for Imperial is as follows. It's citrus, spicy pink pepper, bergamot, grapefruit, followed by woody notes, oak moss, incense, cashmere, and then at the base you got amber, musk, ambergris, and patchouli. I don't necessarily agree with these notes. What I'm getting from this particular fragrance is a vanillic ambery scent profile with a sour bergamot punch, a heavy dose of ginger, and a little bit of a cypriol oil kind of essence. There is this herbal oily denseness, this greenness bouncing off of that ginger note that makes this creamy vanillic amber fragrance a little Amazonian. Like off the skin, the woody notes are kind of subdued a bit, but it's the green notes, that cypriol-like oil that I'm smelling off the skin. This dry, slightly medicinal, herbaceous note that somehow is balancing with this vanillic, ambery, morir soñando citrus that is captivating, alluring, very different to the nose palette. It's not searing it. You're not getting full fuckboy energy. There's class, there's beauty, there's a flow in this fragrance, and it shouldn't be that for $50. The opening for the first, I would say, minute or so, you're kind of like, it's all about mid and dry down for this scent. Let me tell you that, honestly, I'm gonna reapply this shit as the scent of the day because it's been amazing wear. If it's inspired by a brand that I enjoy as much as Nishane Annie, having its own little characteristic in it, how am I not gonna wear this shit?
That is blasphemous.
Now, is this gonna be a fragrance that I'm constantly gonna reach for? That's insanity, like, how? I got another 75 coming next week. I'm not gonna hear and be like, yo, this shit is gonna be my go-to. I'm gonna keep this in a pocket holster. I can't say that for any of these shits. And this isn't catered to somebody who's got a drastic collection and be like, oh, I need this. No, you absolutely do not need this. This is for my balling on a budget fam who are looking to cultivate something within the space of a sub 20 fragrance collection and likes to keep their price point sub $100. In all the fragrances they wanna keep, I wanna have a really nice eclectic style collection varying from hype boy, fuckboy, energy, 𝗙𝐸𝐻 type scents to having something with a little body, structure, and unique factor like an Imperial that's inspired by a legendary scent in my opinion, which is Nishane Annie. So do I consider Imperial a ball sprayer? 100%. The price point is fantastic. The smell is delicious for my personal taste. If you've been curious about Nishane Annie and don't want to spend $25 on a sample, this is a good interpretation and opening and introduction to what Nishane Annie is going to smell like with its own characteristics. So for me, it's an absolute ball spray. Bam! Spray the fucking taint! The shit is good. The shit is good. The price is even better. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. If not, keep it pushing and watch 2,000 other videos that I got. I don't care how you love me, just love me. Show me support! I see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is. Biggest in the game. Smooth.
Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.